Archangel Michael says, a letter buried in silence is breaking through the veil of secrecy tonight. The moment you've unknowingly been preparing for is unfolding, and what's coming has the power to shake you to your core. This message was meant for your hands only. It carries the truth someone couldn't say when they had the chance. They wrote it in a moment of desperation, but fear locked it away. The words inside were laced with trembling honesty, hope, guilt, and longing. That message, forgotten by the sender but remembered by fate, is finding you at last. In a quiet place, where their heart once called out to yours, this letter remained hidden by time and hesitation. But tonight, an unseen force is uncovering it, and you're going to feel the truth burn its way into your soul. You may not be ready, but the letter is. Archangel Michael says, you must open yourself to receive what this message is trying to give you. It was not lost. It was delayed. But the delay was divine. Type Amen to get blessing 333. The person who wrote it couldn't look you in the eye, not back then. What they needed to confess was too raw, too tangled in emotion, too stained with regret. But their soul whispered every word to the stars, and those stars kept it safe. They watched you from afar, aching with the weight of unfinished truths. While you moved forward, they stayed shackled to the what if. They had no idea the universe would choose this night to deliver what they couldn't. The paper may be old, but the emotion is fresh. Each line bleeds with what they couldn't say, what they didn't have the courage to admit, and what they hope you'll still understand. You're not imagining things, your spirit knew it was coming. Archangel Michael says, there's a reason this is happening now. The divine waited for your heart to heal enough to receive the weight of it without breaking again. Now is the sacred moment. Type Amen to get blessing 737. The letter holds memories only you two shared. Moments that others overlooked, but which etched themselves into your soul. It speaks of a time when love was real but unspoken, when fear silenced mouths but not hearts. This person wasn't evil. They were afraid. And their silence wasn't betrayal, it was a prison they locked themselves in. Every day since, they've been hoping you would feel what they couldn't say. The angels guarded this letter because they knew its truth could not be erased, only postponed. You were meant to find it when the pain would shape you, not shatter you. That time is now. The winds are carrying their words tonight, wrapped in divine timing. You might not hold the paper in your hand, but your soul will feel every line. The letter was meant to touch you, now it will. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Their first line was written with trembling hands. I never stopped thinking about you. It's a confession that refused to die, even when everything else did. They ask for forgiveness, not for leaving, but for not explaining why. They say they didn't mean to let you go, but life tore them away. Now, they've asked the heavens to do what they couldn't, speak for them. This is more than just a message. It's a bridge between what was lost and what still lingers. In every paragraph, they pull back the curtain on everything they buried. You'll feel warmth, then sorrow, then clarity. This isn't just about them. It's also about you. It's about how strong you've become, even while carrying invisible wounds. Type Amen to get blessing 1114. They say your name was the only name that ever echoed in their dreams. Even when they pretended to forget, they couldn't. Their soul held your memory like fire. The letter shares things they never told anyone, not even their closest friends. They mention how your kindness haunted them, how your silence later became unbearable. They say they wanted to speak so many times but couldn't find the courage. They talk about the moment they saw you last. The way you looked at them. The way they knew they were never going to get that chance again. And they never forgave themselves for what they didn't say. This isn't a story of a lost lover, it's a revelation of a soul that couldn't let go. Their words are filled with emotion, and tonight, those emotions are spilling out like a river freed. Type Amen to get blessing 212. They wrote this hoping you'd one day understand. Not agree, not excuse, just understand. They needed you to know it wasn't your fault. They admit they sabotaged everything. Out of fear. Out of trauma. Out of deep-seated wounds you never caused but triggered healing in. And they ran from that healing because it scared them. They hoped the silence would protect you. But now, they see it only created a wall too high for both of you. That's why this letter is arriving now, to tear it down. They wrote about your smile, how it lit up even their darkest nights. And how that memory alone kept them from falling apart when everything else did. Type Amen to get blessing 484. They say they saw your strength and didn't feel worthy of standing beside it. That they were drawn to you because you shined in places they were still broken. You became their mirror, and it scared them. Their confession isn't just about love. It's about shame, and redemption, and divine timing. They tell you that if they could rewrite the past, they would choose you over and over, without hesitation. They speak of the letter itself, saying they held onto it for years, rereading it whenever they missed you too much. They never sent it because they didn't believe they deserved your attention. But tonight, heaven intervened. The angels lifted the weight off their chest. And now the message is moving into your hands, not physically, but spiritually. Type Amen to get blessing 1177. They ask, gently, that you don't hate them. They hope that even if you can't love them again, you'll at least see how much they did. They ask that you remember the good, not the ending. They speak of the day they saw your photo and broke down crying. Of how they wished it could have been different. Of how they wanted to call, but fear won again. They say their life didn't blossom after you left, it froze. And they've been waiting for this very moment, even if they didn't know how or when it would come. The letter ends with a simple plea, please forgive the silence. I loved you in it. Type Amen to get blessing 660. Archangel Michael says, you were never meant to live without knowing this. That's why fate twisted itself to bring this truth forward tonight. What you feel in your spirit now is real. The chills running through your body are not random. That warmth rising in your chest is not imagined. You are receiving something powerful, and your heart is opening for it. They may still be alive. Or they may be gone. But their soul is with you in this moment, standing in front of you through this message, bare and trembling. Let your heart break if it needs to. Let the tears fall. Let the healing begin where the silence once ruled. Type Amen to get blessing 818. You may feel like you've waited a lifetime to hear those words. And now that they've come, you don't know what to do with them. But Archangel Michael says, you only need to receive them. You don't need to reply. This message is a completion of a cycle. A healing that began long ago. You are now being set free, not just from confusion, but from the hidden ache you didn't know was still there. The heavens are aligning around you tonight. Because when a soul finally speaks, even if it's through the air, the universe stops to listen. You are not alone in this moment. The energy of their words will stay with you long after this night ends. That's the power of divine truth. It never dies. Type Amen to get blessing 557. As the message closes, their final words echo in your soul. I wish I had said all this sooner. But I trust that now, it's finally time. Their voice will follow you in the silence. Not to haunt, but to honor. Not to reopen wounds, but to seal them in truth. You are not just a receiver of forgotten words, you are the keeper of a sacred connection that outlived the fear. And tonight, that connection lights a flame that will never go out. Let it burn softly in your heart. Let it guide you into the future with new clarity, strength, and grace. Because now, you know. Type Amen to get blessing 909. They carried the weight of that letter for years, and now that it's been released, a shift has begun in the spirit realm. A quiet unlocking is taking place inside you. The part of you that longed for closure is finally being heard. Your soul knew something was always left unsaid. You walked with an invisible ache that no one could see. But tonight, that ache is being replaced with understanding and spiritual warmth. You were not forgotten. You were not unworthy. You were simply too sacred for someone who was still learning how to love without fear. And now that their soul has been permitted to speak through divine timing, the veil has been lifted from your heart. You are being blessed with truth, clarity, and the strength to move forward without confusion. Type Amen to get blessing 1122. The angels wept with this person as they wrote those words under moonlight. They wanted the words to reach you like a gentle wind, not a storm. But they knew the impact would be undeniable either way. They dreamed of a day when their truth would be accepted, even if they weren't. Their hope was not to return into your life, but to give you the gift of knowing the truth. A gift delayed, but never denied. You'll begin to feel changes after this moment. Emotional shifts. Soul-level peace. You may even have dreams where this person appears and says things they couldn't while awake. Their soul is seeking redemption, but your healing is the priority. And that's why this message found you tonight, not a moment sooner, not a second later. Type Amen to get blessing 1244. You may notice certain memories resurfacing. Things you forgot. Glances. Words. The feeling of their presence even in the silence. That's not coincidence, it's divine remembrance. This moment will become a turning point in your journey. A quiet revolution within. Because once the truth is spoken, your soul no longer needs to carry questions. You are now being supported by unseen forces to release any blame you held toward yourself. You weren't wrong. You weren't lacking. You simply weren't meant to force something that needed time. Archangel Michael says, a soul's truth can never stay buried forever. When it's time, Heaven will lift the words and place them where they belong. In your heart, in your awareness, in your peace. Type Amen to get blessing 3773. You may hear a song later that echoes this message. Or you might stumble upon an old photo that brings tears. These are not accidents, they are confirmations. Sacred validations. Everything you feel right now is valid. The anger. The relief. The sorrow. The love. Let it all move through you like a stream. Don't dam the river of emotion, let it flow. For in that flow, you're not only being cleansed, you're being prepared. The next chapter of your life is already being written, and this message was the final page of the previous one. You held on longer than you should have, but not in vain. Your heart remained loyal, even when unspoken words tried to make you feel abandoned. But now, you are being honored for that quiet strength. Type Amen to get blessing 2301. The letter may not bring back the past, but it restores something deeper, your belief in divine justice. Your trust in the timing of the universe. Your knowing that everything hidden is one day revealed. They say in the message, if I had another chance, I would have walked beside you and never let go. That line, though heartbreaking, is also freeing. Because it shows you the love was always there, even if lost. You are being invited to honor this truth without holding on to its pain. Let it be like a flame in a lantern, warming, not burning. Let it light your way forward, not pull you backward. This moment is sacred. You are the recipient of something holy. Because a soul's confession is one of the rarest gifts the divine ever allows. Type Amen to get blessing 4010. The air around you is shifting because angels are present. They are wrapping their wings around you, whispering that this was necessary, not cruel. This is restoration. In the silence after this message, you'll notice your heart feels lighter. That's because the burden of unanswered emotions is being lifted. The energy around you is being cleared. Someone out there, perhaps far away or no longer among the living, is finally able to breathe freely because you know the truth. And that is the miracle of this moment. The truth doesn't only set the writer free. It liberates the receiver. And you, dear soul, are being freed from shadows you didn't know were still clinging to your heart. Type Amen to get blessing 3666. You may begin to dream more vividly, and even feel someone's presence beside you at night. Do not be afraid. That is the energy of the message lingering as your heart absorbs it. Some nights you'll wake up with tears, not of sadness, but of spiritual release. That's how healing often feels. Quiet, messy, beautiful. You will notice peace where there used to be longing. You will notice closure where there used to be cracks. And you will rise from this night stronger than ever before. Your path forward is being cleared. The fog is lifting. And Archangel Michael says, the message was not just about the past. It was the key to unlocking your divine future. Type Amen to get blessing 1729. Let your heart take its time to process. There is no rush to heal, but the process has begun whether you realize it or not. Tonight, your soul is blooming in unseen ways. If you hear their name, or see signs that remind you of them, know it's not your imagination. It's spiritual validation. It means the message has truly reached your soul. You may feel like reaching out to them, but trust your intuition. Sometimes knowing is enough. Sometimes receiving is the entire miracle. You are not required to do anything but honor your truth. That's what this message wants most, to remind you of your power, your beauty, and your deserving heart. Type Amen to get blessing 7744. You've just become a vessel of transformation. You've absorbed someone's raw, unspoken truth and let it cleanse a wound they couldn't reach alone. That is holy work. Heaven honors those who listen with open hearts. And tonight, heaven is pouring honor upon you for receiving what was lost for so long. From this day forward, your spirit will walk differently. It will no longer drag the chains of wondering, of questioning, of unfinished business. You now walk in completion. The message wasn't just theirs. It was yours too. Because your soul needed to hear that you mattered more than silence ever allowed you to know. Type Amen to get blessing 3380. Breathe. Allow your heart to rest. The winds are no longer howling. The storm of the past has passed. Peace is landing softly around you like snow on sacred ground. Let the message echo, gently, over the next few days. Let the truth shape you, not wound you. Let it rise from your chest as a sigh of release. Archangel Michael says, a letter never sent has finally arrived in the form only your soul could recognize. You are seen. You are remembered. You are now released. This is your moment of elevation. Tonight is not an ending. It's a beginning. The moment you realize that what was hidden didn't disappear, it waited for you. Type Amen to get blessing 9999. The universe doesn't forget what's written in truth. It simply waits for the soul to be ready to receive it. And tonight, you have proven to heaven that you are ready. This was not about rekindling a past that cannot return. This was about healing wounds that words left behind when they were never spoken. This was about finally breathing without the tightness of silent heartbreak. Now that this letter has reached you, spiritually, emotionally, and energetically, you will begin to see a ripple of changes in your life. What was delayed will move. What was blocked will open. What was hidden is being revealed. You are stepping into a season where nothing will be withheld from you any longer. No more confusion. No more unanswered moments. The truth has cleared the path for your divine elevation. Type Amen to get blessing 4644. You may find yourself smiling for no reason in the coming days. That's the joy of release. That's the lightness that comes when a burden you didn't realize you were carrying finally slips away. You will feel waves of clarity wash over you at random moments. While walking. While lying in bed. While simply existing. That's the energy of the letter aligning with your present. You may be tested with old emotions. Let them come and let them go. Don't resist. This is the final release. Let the tears cleanse and the joy replenish. A door has been shut gently, and a new one creaks open with light pouring through. You are no longer waiting for closure. You are living in it. Type Amen to get blessing 5255. Someone from the past may try to reach you, not always with words, but through energy. A song. A scent. A flicker of memory. The universe is making sure you know it's real. You are not imagining these signs. You are aligned. And because you are aligned, you will begin to walk into blessings that were long overdue. That message was the final piece of a puzzle. The missing part of your healing. The wound that had been covered but not cleaned. Now, it has been touched by truth. You are now walking through life with more light in your eyes, more grace in your step, and more power in your voice. You are no longer haunted. You are holy. Type Amen to get blessing 1940. Archangel Michael says, the energy you're now carrying is different. It's magnetic. It's divine. Because the part of your soul that was stuck in yesterday has been set free. Expect people to notice. Expect old things to no longer hold power. Expect the shift. Because it's already begun. You are stepping into the version of yourself that this message was sent to awaken. There will be a moment soon when everything clicks. You will understand why this came now. Why it didn't come earlier. And why you had to walk alone for a little while. But not anymore. You're not alone in this next chapter. Divine forces are surrounding you. Guiding you. Elevating you. Type Amen to get blessing 2822. As you read this again, let it settle deeper. Each time you revisit it, you will hear something new. That's how divine messages work. They reveal layer after layer, never rushing, only unfolding. This isn't just a letter from someone's past. It's a prophecy for your future. Their truth was the ignition. Your transformation is the fire. Expect new connections. Soulful conversations. Spiritual realignment. You will begin to attract what matches your healed frequency. And you will never again tolerate the silence that once kept you small. You have become the voice that was missing. Type Amen to get blessing 3333. Do not be surprised if this week brings strange dreams or emotional flashes. This is your spirit adjusting to its new lightness. It's beautiful, even when it's intense. You are now tuned into something higher. You will hear guidance louder. You will feel truth deeper. You are no longer blocked. You are becoming the blessing. That letter? It has done its job. It was the final whisper of a chapter that couldn't stay open forever. But you honored it. And in doing so, you earned something far greater. Your divine timeline is now accelerating. Opportunities are on the way. Love that is fearless. Friendship that is loyal. Destiny that cannot be denied. Type Amen to get blessing 1010. So rest tonight, knowing that the message made it. The sender, wherever they are, will feel a sudden sense of peace too. Souls are connected in mysterious ways. You may even notice a gentle presence around you. Don't be afraid. That's the energy of love fulfilled. Love completed. It is not haunting you. It is holding space. This is what healing looks like from heaven's view. It doesn't come with thunder. It comes with a whisper. And you heard it. Archangel Michael says, you are ready now. Not just to heal, but to receive everything that was meant to follow your healing. You passed the test of silence. Type Amen to get blessing 7777. In the coming days, speak gently to yourself. Remind yourself you are worthy of love that is expressed, not suppressed. That you deserve words that don't go unsent. The past is no longer a wound, it is a lesson. A foundation. A story that shaped you but no longer defines you. You are walking in power. Expect blessings to find you suddenly. Unexpected calls. Emails. Surprises. Because spiritual closure is the doorway to material elevation. You are now a magnet for truth, abundance, and real connections. Because you have cleared the energy that once held you down. Type Amen to get blessing 8880. Tonight was never random. You didn't open this message by accident. You were guided. Chosen. Prepared. This letter didn't just reach your eyes. It reached your soul. That's why you feel different now. That's why the atmosphere around you feels lighter. The universe is already adjusting in your favor. New paths. Divine alignments. Elevated relationships. And it all began with this one hidden truth finally being released. Now go forward, not as someone waiting to be heard, but as someone who knows they always mattered. You have the proof. You have the message. And most importantly, you have your peace. Type Amen to get blessing 4444.